So I'm going to go ahead and give you the steps in order to find the value of x and y so that the line through the points has the given slope. Now what that means is I'm going to break this down into steps. So step 1, identify the x and y values for each coordinate. Then also identify the rise and run for the given slope. So that's this. And that's it. That's step 1. We quickly then move on to step 2. For step 2, I want to go ahead and because of the x and y, I'm going to organize that information inside of a t-chart. So x and y becomes my way of recognizing that I'm going to take these values and I'm now going to organize them within a t-chart. I will purposely highlight the bottom number because what I will do next is I'm going to go ahead and I want to subtract the bottom number, and that I want to take away the value of the top number. Write the bottom number and take away the top number. This is going to be known as the run. This is going to be known as the rise. In this section, because of the 8 and the x, keep it in parentheses. In this section, do the calculation. So 2 minus 5, negative 3. So that means that the rise is negative 3 and the run is this value. And that completes step 2. Step 3. For step 3, I see the word rise and run over and over again. So I'm going to begin with the rise and run. And I'm going to replace the word rise and run with the values that I already know. So I'll start from step number 2. Rise is negative 3. The run is negative 8 minus x. Put that equal to the rise and run up here. So that becomes a 3 over 8. And at this point in time, what I'll do is I'm going to cross multiply these values. Okay. So what that means is I'm going to go ahead and start with negative 3 times 8. So negative 3 times 8 is equal to 3 times parentheses. I write the number first and then I put the parentheses. This is in order for me to go ahead and I'm going to create my distributive property. So with that being said, this turns into negative 24 is equal to negative 24 minus 3x. I'm going to add 24 to both sides. And I quickly learn that I end up with 0. Now, I don't really have to do this step, but if I were, I would then see that my answer is, in fact, x equals 0. So let's turn our attention to the second problem. You'll notice that it's the exact same procedure. Step number 1, identify x and y. And then on this one, on purpose, I'm going to circle here, and then I'll say that this is equal to my rise and run. That completes step number 1. Step number 2, I'm going to go ahead and create my t-chart. I have x negative 9, and I have negative 5 positive 9. I'm going to concentrate on the bottom numbers. So that means this and this. And so with that being said, I will start with the bottom number, subtract the top number. Here's the run. With the bottom number, subtract the top number. Now pay attention to the fact that the top number is already negative, so I'm subtracting a negative. That's going to come in an important fact. On this side, I'm just going to put parentheses. There's nothing else I can do with it. On this side, I noticed the double negatives, so put plus 9 plus 9, and that turns into 18. So that means that the rise is now 18. That concludes step 2. Step 3. I'll take advantage of rise and run. And I'm basically going to say that the rise was 18 over parentheses negative 5 minus x. And then it was also negative 18 over 7. With that being said, I now highlight and I cross multiply. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to end up with 18 times 7 is equal to negative 18 times parentheses negative 5 minus x. So very quickly, 18 times 7 is equal to 126. Then here, I'm going to go ahead, distributive property, multiply by negative 18, multiply here by negative 18, and I end up with negative 18 times 5. Negative 18 times 5, well, that becomes 90. Negative 18 times negative x becomes a positive 18x. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to subtract 90 from both sides. And if I take 126, take away 90, I end up with 36 is equal to 18x. Divide everything by 18. And now x happens to be equal to 2. And that's it. And those are the steps in terms of how to go ahead and find those missing values. As long as you can organize it in order, you should be able to find the answer. Thank you.